This is everything I eat on a rest day to get as shredded as possible 7 weeks out from my bodybuilding show. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of my bodybuilding prep series. Today is Monday, June 3rd, which puts us a little bit under 7 weeks out from attempting to get my natural pro card. Now, I have an interesting video for y'all today because I'm gonna be showing you a full day of eating on a rest day and detailing how it's different from my training day diet. As always, I'll be telling you why I eat, what I eat, when I eat it, along with anything else that I put in my body throughout the day. I'll also make sure to tell you the exact amount of every single food I eat and have the calories and macros at the end of each meal and the daily total at the end of the video. But remember to not copy me exactly because my calorie and macro needs are specific to me and my current goals, so maybe take some inspiration and find what works best for you. And since I won't be training today, I'll be doing a Q&A to answer a bunch of questions from you guys, so make sure you're sticking around for that. But before I get into anything I've mentioned previously, as always, it's time for our 40 minutes of fasted cardio and to give you a physique update of what I'm looking like at about 7 weeks out. We don't need a super long cinematic cardio montage today. Y'all know what I'm doing. We're doing 40 minutes on the incline treadmill. If you're curious about my settings, we're doing 7 incline, 3.6 speed. And if you're also curious about what I grabbed earlier from the supplement cabinet, it's that Rise BCAA Focus. I call it my cardio juice. 80 milligrams of caffeine, some BCAAs in there, 25 milligrams of Cognizant. This keeps me absolutely dialed on my cardio. It makes it somewhat enjoyable. Now at 40 minutes, it's not as enjoyable as like 20 and 30, but we're dialed in, we're locked in. I'm gonna finish these 36 minutes of cardio that I have left, and then I will catch up with y'all so that we can do a physique update so you can see what I'm looking like at 7 weeks out. Cardio went surprisingly well today. Now we're back home to do our physique update because guess what? People were in the gym only when I'm filming. 6 days a week, nobody's there. 7th day I'm filming, people are there. But anyway, I have an extremely exciting update for y'all because I hit a massive low weigh-in 2 days ago, and then I continued that streak again. I hit a massive new low weigh-in of 167.4 pounds on Sunday morning, and then this morning I woke up at 167.6 pounds. I was planning on dropping my calories this week, but with that 3-pound low weigh-in, I don't think I'm gonna do anything, but now to check out what 167.6 pounds looks like on my 6-foot frame. I'm extremely pleased with that physique update, how we're looking and how our weight is trending. I don't even know what happened last week. My body kicked it into a 6th gear. Actually, I kind of do. I took an absolutely massive number 2 Saturday night, woke up extremely light Sunday morning, and then again, but this entire last week, I have felt super lean. I felt super good, not super tired. Again, I had those days, but super pleased with how we're looking right now. 7 weeks out, I probably only have a max of 7 pounds left to lose, and that would be like insanely peeled, like glutes absolutely striated. So I'm super excited about that. But what I'm also super excited about is eating my first meal because I am absolutely starving. So let's go to the kitchen and start making our first meal. Wait, hold up. One thing, that's nuts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, meal number 1 is now finally in front of us. We have waited this long, but before I do that, I normally take my creatine and my daily supplements. I got them right in front of me right here. We have our daily supplements. I told you what I take and why I take them in last video, so I'm just gonna tell you what I take. If you're new here, I have a multivitamin, a fish oil, probiotic, ashwagandha, and some magnesium in there. I also have a turmeric pill in there as well, and then I also take my creatine, and as I have said in the past, we got our creatine right here in the Helomix. If you can't take it all in one go, are you really a man? Let's see if I'm a man today. Looks like I'm a man today. But now meal number 1 is in front of us, and it is as follows: 40 grams of oats, 20 grams of almond butter, 50 grams of this Rise cinnamon toast protein, some salt, and I sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon right over top there. And you might be saying to yourself, Casey, that looks exactly like the first meal of the day you eat on your training diet, and it is, but there are some vast differences in my diet on rest days versus training days, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit more right after this meal. But for now, I am going to absolutely devour this because I am starving. It's already 11 o'clock. I'll also tell you why I wait to eat on my rest days a little bit later as well. But I'm gonna eat this, and then I'll catch up with y'all to tell y'all what the differences are. So there are quite a few differences between my training day diet and my rest day diet that I'm gonna get into, but remember, it all comes down to what works best for you and what you found works best for you. I forgot to say that during the supplement portion because I might be taking things that you're not deficient in, and you might be needing to take things that I'm not deficient in. So just make sure you use your supplement regimen for what you need and what you're deficient in, because we're all deficient in different things and what we get through our diet. But that brings me to the first difference between my training day diet and my rest day diet is on rest days, I eat less calories because I don't need to use them for my training. Right now on bodybuilding prep specifically, I need to use those calories and put them to good use. So I eat a little bit less on my rest days, normally 200 to 300. But some people don't do that. Some people actually eat the same amount of calories or more on rest days because they're trying to drop fatigue or something like that. So do what works best for you. But what I do, I drop about 200 to 300 calories in carbs specifically. So I keep my protein the same and my fat the same to make sure I'm hitting my protein goal, and so that my fat is all good for my hormone production and everything else like that. And then I drop carbs because I'm not going to be using them during my workouts. Normally I have a high carb meal for my pre-workout meal. I drink carbs intra-workout. I have a rice cake after my workout, and then I have another high carb meal after my workout for my post-workout meal. But guess what? We're not training, so I'm not going to have those carbs all around the workout window, and I actually like spreading the lower carbs out throughout the day so I have a constant energy hit of carbs. So maybe like, let's say, I don't know, 30 grams of carbs for every meal or for 4 meals or something like that, instead of having them centered right around that workout window, because when you're training, you do want them around the workout window, but rest days, I kind of spread them out. It makes it more enjoyable for me, and that's what I found works best for me. But another trick that I really like using, especially on rest days, because I just seem to get so hungry on rest days because I'm not doing as much, is pushing my eating window back maybe an hour, 2 hours. That's generally what I do when I'm cutting. So I'll start eating my first meal around like 11 o'clock or 11:30 like I had that one, because now I'm eating from 11 to 11 instead of, let's say, 9 to 11. So I'm not as hungry throughout the day. I do my fasted cardio, I get things done, and then I eat my first meal. I don't do any real sort of fasting or anything like that. I'm not too concerned about that. I just want to be less hungry throughout the day. So I push my first meal back a little bit, so then my subsequent meals are less spread out throughout the day. And I just find that works best for me. Again, all these tips are what works best for me. I eat the lower calories, I eat lower carbs, and I spread them out throughout the day. Now I'm gonna go do some work, and then I'm gonna catch up with y'all for meal number 2, where I'm gonna show you one of my favorite meals that I get to eat on rest day. All right, now one of the best things about rest day for me is that I get to have these. And you might be like, Casey, what are these? I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I'm gonna show you how to make the best air fried tortilla chips in the world for 120 calories for like a million chips. You got your corn tortillas right here, right? We're going 3 corn tortillas on the cutting board. Get a knife. Bam, fold it over, make your life easy. Bam, then cut them one more time because I like them in bite-sized pieces. You can cut them into whatever size pieces you want, but we have all of our tortilla chips right here. Money spread, tortilla spread. Now we're gonna throw them on the air fryer sheet like this. I'll catch up with you when that's done. All right, now we have all of our tortilla chips on an air fryer sheet, and instead of using a spray oil or anything like that, I literally use a water gun mister. This is for when Tucker is being a naughty boy. But guess what? We're using it for our tortilla chips today. Just slightly missed it, so then the salt sticks on it. Pro tip, do this over the sink so that salt doesn't get all over your kitchen. You salt them like this. I'm running out of salt, and then we're gonna head over here to our air fryer and put them in for, I don't know, 8 minutes at like the fry setting, the 400 setting. And I will catch up with y'all when the rest of the meal is done and let you know what's actually in it. All right, meal number 2 is now in front of us, and it looks absolutely incredible. Again, this is like a delicacy to me on prep right now. Check out how the chips turned out. They look absolutely amazing. And if you're like, oh, they can't be that good, ready? Check this. But anyway, meal number 2 in front of us is 3 corn tortillas. They're the 40 calorie a piece one, so 120 total. 55 grams of guacamole that I'm gonna dip my chips in. We have 6 ounces of 93.7 grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef. We have 100 grams of romaine lettuce and 2 serving of G. Hughes sugar-free Polynesian sauce with some hot sauce in there as well. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm extremely excited to eat this, if you can't tell, but I'm gonna eat this, and then the pretty girl behind the camera and I are gonna go play some pickleball because we wanna stay active during our rest days. We don't wanna do too much, but we definitely wanna be on our feet and make sure that we're moving our bodies. I'm gonna down this, and then it's time to go to the pickleball courts and have a bunch of fun.
Yeah, run for it. Run for it, buddy. Yeah, nice one.
Mackenzie and I just finished up playing pickleball, and now we are absolutely dead. The car says it's 94 degrees out, and here it's probably like 85 degrees out outside. And we just burnt a lot of calories. We played for like 30 minutes, and we're dead. If you're curious what I made earlier and what I'm sipping on, this is the Rise Blue Raspberry Hydration Packet. Just replenish some electrolytes, make sure we're hydrated, make sure our muscles are feeling all nice and hydrated. I'm gonna drink this, finish drinking it actually, and then it is on to meal number 3 of the day. So I will catch you when I'm making meal number 3. We're now home from pickleball, and meal number 3 is now in front of me that I just carefully crafted that all you guys just saw. And it does look very similar to one of my training day meals. So right now we have 100 grams of cooked jasmine rice, 6 ounces of 93.7 grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef, 100 grams of romaine lettuce, and 60 grams or 2 servings of G. Hughes sugar-free Polynesian sauce, and then just as much hot sauce as I like. And a meal like this looks really good and tastes absolutely delicious. I look forward to every single one of my meals every day. The secret is you just have to take care when you're cooking, season everything individually. The lettuce is seasoned, the rice is seasoned, the beef is seasoned throughout, so you can find ways to use it, use different sauces, and make it fun, because dieting doesn't have to be something you dread. I genuinely enjoy these meals every single day. I genuinely enjoy all my meals every single day. So make sure you're doing things to make yourself like your diet. It's not hard, you just have to put in a little bit of effort. And if you're new here, the reason why I'm having romaine lettuce with a lot of my meals is just because it fills up a lot of stomach volume for not a lot of calories. I think 100 grams is like 15 calories, and it just adds so much more volume to my meal. If I was only to have the 100 grams of rice down there, it really wouldn't be that much, but this feels like a full meal. It gives me some crunch to my meal, and it makes it absolutely delicious. So if you're hungry on rest days, definitely implement things like that. Have more veg in your diet, have some bell peppers, have some broccolis, have romaine lettuce, things like that to help you stay full throughout the day. This is what I'm eating for meal number 3. Then I'm gonna catch up with you for meal number 4, and after that, make sure you're sticking around because I'm gonna be answering some questions from you guys, but I'm gonna enjoy this, and then I will catch you guys in the next clip. I think y'all know what time it is. It's the best time. It's creamy time. In front of me, I have the single best diet hack of all time. As I have said in previous videos, I have a blueberry muffin Ninja Creamy protein ice cream. If you're not familiar with the Ninja Creamy, it literally turns your protein shake into an ice cream that is actually ice cream texture. It is absolutely fantastic. The key though is to have a good protein powder that actually tastes amazing. Rise Blueberry Muffin Protein Powder is that protein. And if you saw any of the Rise products in this video and you wanted to get some, make sure you use code Casey to save 15% and to directly support me. Same goes with all the Young LA clothes I wear and the Helix bottles that I use. Code Casey on all those. But you might be curious what exactly is in this, so I'm about to tell you. We have 300 milliliters of water, so 0 calories. We have 50 grams of this Rise blueberry muffin and 20 grams of almond butter for some healthy fats in there. So no carbs in this meal. We just have protein and fat, and it's made with water. It's absolutely incredible. I think total it's like what, 300 something calories. It'll pop up on screen for you guys. I also drink this with hot water. If you can see it steaming right there. I don't know if that's weird or not. I like the contrast between the cold and the hot. Does that make me weird? I don't know. Comment down below, comment hot water. Since we're on the topic, comment hot water and tell me if I'm a weirdo or if it makes complete sense. But I'm gonna absolutely enjoy this, and then it is on to answering some questions from you guys, because I'm sure you wanna know my opinion on a few things. So let's go head over to the Q&A. As I was eating, I forgot to mention that if I didn't know what this is, I thought it would be like a it's too good to be true thing, but it really isn't. And this is the highlight of my night on bodybuilding prep every single night. Look, ready? It's like ice cream texture, and it's absolutely delicious. Also, in no way affiliated with Ninja. Ninja, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. That would be pretty sick, but it is worth every penny. Just wanted to mention that. It's literally like ice cream every night. Just protein, almond butter, and water. Pretty sick if you ask me. Now I am ready to answer some questions from you guys, but before I do that, make sure you drop a like and a comment on this video and subscribe so that you don't miss a single prep episode. We got a bunch more content coming, and I would appreciate if you did that. But now into the questions. I posted a story on my Instagram story. Make sure you're following me everywhere. I'll have them pop up on screen right here. I posted an Instagram story, and I took some questions that I'm gonna answer from you guys. I took some funny ones, some ones specifically about bodybuilding, things like that. I figured it's a good time to connect with you guys, answer some questions, so let's get into it. Nick says, one piece of advice you'd give for a first time show. My best piece of advice for a first time show is just enjoy the experience, especially on show day. Enjoy being up on that stage, soak every single second of it in, because you can't expect to be perfect. It's your first show. You didn't go to your first football game or your first baseball game and expect to be Derek Jeter or Aaron Rodgers. You shouldn't expect to be Mr. Olympia, your first bodybuilding show. Enjoy the experience, you put in all the work, so don't stress it too much and soak it all in. Danny says, how are you able to do it without a coach? And this is kind of complex because for almost every single person, I would say get a bodybuilding coach. It is extremely beneficial. I'm a little bit of a control freak, and I had done very intense cuts in the past, and I am very blessed to have a network of fantastic coaches at my disposal. Just because of the nature of what I do, I have a bunch of connections, so God forbid I need to ask for one of them for like sound advice, I totally can, and it's not a problem. But yeah, I've done super intense cuts before. I've done a bunch of research, and I'm kind of able to do it that way. But for 99.9% of people, even the best in the world have a coach, so I would recommend you get a bodybuilding coach. Do you regret anything when you started bodybuilding? Wish you knew when you started? What I wish I knew when I started was that I should not cut every 8 months every time summer came around, and I should not cut super intensely every single time. I did it year in and year out. I lost so many of the newbie gains that I could have gotten, and I could be so much bigger than I am right now in the 7 years that I've been training if I didn't constantly cut. You need to bulk, and you need to bulk for quite a while. A good lean bulk, 2-3 years. You can throw some mini cuts in there, but don't cut super hard when you're a teenager, because when you're a teenager and you just keep cutting, you just get skinny and you don't look super big. Juan Pablo says, why do you love bodybuilding? And I think I love bodybuilding because you literally can't escape any of the work, if that makes sense. Like if you see a good physique, you know they've put in a ton of work, they've got all their meals in, they've trained super hard for years on end, they've got all their sleep in order, and you just know that they have really put in the work. So that's what I think is beautiful about bodybuilding, and that's what I absolutely love. That boy Esteban says, how can I bulk properly if I'm doing cross country and track? It's gonna be very hard for you to bulk, I'm not gonna lie, with all that running, but what I would suggest you do is start tracking your calories, and if you're still not gaining weight, increase your calories. And you gotta eat super consistently, keep pounding those calories, get calories in from wherever you can, peanut butter, olive oil, a lot of fats added to your meals and things like that. That should help. You have to be very intentional if you want to gain weight, especially if you're doing cross country and track at the same time. Mason says, big legs and small back or small legs and big back? I say big legs and I say small legs and big, No, I say big legs and small back because at least you're like respected, like, oh, he's got big legs. And if you have a small back, whatever, but if you have a big back and small legs, then it looks like you're walking on stilts. So I'm gonna have to go with big legs and small back. Good question, Mason. Zach asks how to deal with hate. And being in the position that I am right now, I deal with hate all the time. Literally any video that I post is going to get at least one hate comment. Normally way more than that when you have hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people seeing your videos. People love to hate, and people are going to hate on everyone. A great example, people hated on Jesus Christ. He was literally Jesus Christ. He was literally perfect, and people are gonna hate. If that puts it into any sort of perspective, people are gonna hate. You can't please everyone, so don't try to please everyone because you will go insane trying. You just gotta deal with it, let it roll off your back. If they're actually giving constructive criticism, I would recommend you actually take that a little bit to heart and you try to change it. If they're just blindly hating, don't worry about it, let it roll off your back. You gotta have thick skin sometimes. Tatiana asks, how do you know when you're ready to enter a bodybuilding prep? And that is a very, very hard thing to determine because it's kind of up to personal preference. Are you going in to win a show? Then you better have a bunch of muscle in your frame and you better be real aesthetic. You better have great genetics. But if you want to do it for the experience, kind of anyone can do it. I would say a good marker is at least 3 years of lifting, preferably 5, so that when you diet down, you actually have a substantial amount of muscle. Because when you diet down, you get way thinner and way smaller than you would imagine. So just make sure you have plenty of size before you diet down and do a few cuts before you actually do a bodybuilding prep. Because if you've never cut before and you go right into a prep, you're setting yourself up for disaster. Steven says, what is your why? And that is a great question. And I don't even know if I have a particular answer. I just love getting better every single day. I love the process. I love feeling accomplished. I love doing things that are hard. So I guess you could say that's my why. I just love pushing myself. Like you guys know, I graduated from UNC last year with almost a perfect GPA. I just love doing things that are challenging and I love being good at things. Straight up, I like being good at things, so I'm going to keep doing something until I'm good at it. And with that question, I believe the Q&A is over now. I hope you enjoyed the questions that I picked and the answers that I gave, but it is now time for meal number 5, our final meal of the day, and for the calorie and macro breakdown for the entire day. But before I can do that, I would appreciate if you guys gave this video a like and commented down below and subscribed if you're new, because we are 7 weeks out and we are trying to get as shredded as possible. And it really does mean a lot, and I put a lot of effort into these videos. So if you could do that simply for me, I would appreciate it. But our final meal of the day, our 5th meal of the day, we got no carbs again, sadly, but we got 130 grams of cooked chicken breast, 100 grams of romaine lettuce, as always. We got 60 grams of that G. Hughes sugar-free sweet chili sauce, some Texas Pete, and 55 grams of avocado right here. I actually really enjoy this meal every night because I'm not that hungry at night. I go and game, I just finished gaming, then I come here, it's about midnight right now, and I eat this, and then I go right to sleep. So it's really good. This is going to wrap up our full day of eating, but stick around because I'm gonna give you the total calories and macros for the entire day. Got MyFitnessPal pulled up on my phone right now, and with that final meal, the daily total calories came to 1,999 calories, 1 calorie short of hitting that 2,000 calorie goal that I had set for myself. 194 grams of protein, 123 grams of carbs, and 80 grams of fat. Again, that protein is for muscle building. Those carbs are to keep that energy stable throughout the day, and those fats are to keep our hormones happy and our joints healthy throughout this natural bodybuilding prep, because it can get kind of hairy there at the end when you get low fats. But that is the full day of eating on a rest day to get as shredded as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you in the next YouTube video. Peace.